YouTube family. So this is a video of how men read women and how women read men. And when I say read, I mean how when a guy looks at a woman, what he sees, what his perception of her is, and vice versa. So some of these are things that some people may not like to hear, but it is natural. It is natural for men to when they first see a woman, they look at her looks first. He'll look at her looks first, and then after that, he'll look into either her personality and how she acts or responds to certain things. And women, they have a certain way of looking at things. It's natural and it's not something that's going to go away just because men want it to. So I'm going to go over these details. I'm a woman, so I am going to go over as a woman how we read men, and then my knowledge based on behaviors and seeing how men think and looking at statistics and polls and things like that. So, and these are generalities, okay? Every person is different. So let's get started. Men, when they look at a woman, the first thing they see is how she dresses. Of course, her beauty, but I'll get to that in a second. So how she dresses. So if her shorts are short or her skirt is short, her pants are tight. If they're loose, is she dressed fancy? How she dresses. And the reason why I say how she dresses first over the actual like physical body appearance is because women who may not physically look like a Beyonce or something like that, he's gonna still look at her if she's got tight pants on, her butt is out, because it's something that grabs his attention. So how a woman dressed grabs his attention. If she dressed homely, he may assume she's probably someone who's never had any relations. I'm trying not to say the other word on YouTube. Now, if she dresses overly slutty, or like she's like at a club ready to get, buck wild, then he assumes that she may be easy. So that determines how he approaches her. And in his pickup line, is he going to just slap her butt? Is he going to say, hey, shawty? Or whatever it is that he thinks a person like that or dressed like that would accept. If she dresses upscale, he may change his game to approach that woman. Then I would say he would look at her. So after the attire, what she wears, he will look at how she carries herself. And when I say carry herself, I mean her level of confidence. That determines if he feels that he's going to be rejected or not. If she looks approachable. So when I say carry herself, does she look approachable? Like he could approach her to shoot his shot. Does she look insecure? Because then that determines how he also is going to approach her. You probably seen where high school boys would probably say, oh, well, to get a girl's attention, you say something nice to her and then something mean or something like that. He would do that based off of how she looks like she carries herself. Does she look like she's going to slap him the minute he says something? Does she look like she would accept or give her number? And then, so basically, a guy who wants to exploit someone for, try not to say that word, the S word, for relations, or if he wants to use her for whatever other reason that is, he's gonna look at her level of confidence, her esteem, her self-esteem. So with what she's wearing, how she's walking, is she looking down? Does she look nervous? Does she look like someone who could basically be prey? Then he's going to look at her physical appearance. And that may go hand in hand with confidence. Like, is she someone on the heavier side that looks like she will accept a certain guy or a certain pickup line? Because he may look at her appearance as far as her level of confidence as well. Is she Coca-Cola bottle looking? Is she scrawny? Is she athletic? Basically her build, and that may go hand in hand with how she carries herself. He may assume, based on what she physically looks like, that is her confidence. People would assume a pretty person has confidence, and that's not always the case. Some people who are pretty have very low self-esteem, which is why how she carries herself is also how it determines his behavior towards her, how he will react or how he will act or what he would try to get away with based on her level of confidence. If she's a no-nonsense woman, he can't do that. If he's someone who she looks nice, then he may try her. So then that goes into personality. From afar, what he can see, tell about you, what he assumes your personality is by looking at you, seeing how you interact, or if he knows you, or from secondhand information, what some other person said about you. He will try you. He will try to shoot his shot, depending on your nonverbal cues or what you say back, your response, then that will dictate his behavior he has for you. So if you speak as if you have high self-esteem, he will probably try to start out treating you as such or giving you a certain lifestyle he thinks you might like based off of your responses to him. If you reject those responses or have a no nonsense to certain type of behavior, like grown boy behavior, he may either change or move on. So I think it's really important that women make sure that they are dressed a certain way to make sure they get a certain response that they want in a man. If they're looking for a good guy who's going to treat them right, she may need to change the way she dressed, more classy, more feminine, or just more self-care in how she dresses. So nothing extremely tight, even if you're big, nothing that's see-through, wearing the wrong color underwear or bra, all those things. And not to say you have to be fashionable, just kind of look like you care, and look nice in the clothes. Also, it would be, again, making sure that you have high self-esteem, self-love, because how you carry yourself, and actually he's gonna know if you have confidence based on your responses to things he does. Do you have self-love, self-care? And based on that, it would depict how he acts throughout the relationship or acts in interacting with you, even if you guys are not a couple. So that's how men read women. That's how they can prey on insecurities. So make adjustments as necessary. Also, let's go to women. How do women read men? Men may not like it, but women look at swag in their masculine energy. Why? Because a certain swag, which is another word for like his confidence in himself, but he's smooth with it. He's smooth with his confidence. So basically, it's almost like a masculine type energy, and women see that as he is someone that can protect her. Think about the athlete. Think about the street guy, the bad boy. He has the energy, the swag to look like he has the confidence to fight for her and win. Okay? Women naturally are drawn to that idea of being with a man who can protect her. So that is the guy she may typically go after, which is why you see women are with those dudes rather than the choir boy look, the church boy look, the studious look. And not to say those guys can't do anything, but it's to look like they can take care of business. They're strong, and feminine women like that. Even women who don't even exhibit so many feminine behaviors, they're drawn to that masculine energy. Okay. Now, also, it is important to realize that women look at a guy the way he dresses, assuming she doesn't know how much money he has. How he dresses determines how much money she thinks he has. If he dresses a certain way, it determines what lifestyle she thinks he lives. Okay, so think about the dorky look. If someone is dressed like that, you would assume they're dork, right? If he dresses with money, like brand clothes or really nice clothes, you assume he has money. So a woman is drawn to the way a guy dresses, and or if she already knows his money. And the reason being is because women are naturally drawn to men who they feel that can provide for them, both their wants, their necessities, the lifestyle that woman wants. And if the guy is not currently in that certain lifestyle, like money wise, she is drawn to the guy who looks like he could potentially have that lifestyle in the future. The guy who's going to be drafted, okay, in pro ball. The guy who is in medical school, okay. The guy who is in law school. The guy who has a certain set of skills. He can sing. He has a certain talent. He is very educated and smart. He looks like he will at some point provide that lifestyle. And or he has the ambition and the drive that she's like, okay, I know he's a hustler. He's going to take care of me. So women are drawn to that. So they're drawn to, as I said, whether he can look like he can protect. Here, he looks like he can provide. And then she's drawn to, if he doesn't have money or necessarily the swag, it may be power. She's drawn to a guy who is in a certain uniform or certain position. The pastor. Some pastors don't make money, but it's presumed that once you have power, you will end up making money. So they want a guy who has a certain level of power. Politicians typically don't make money, but they do once they get power. Police officers, firefighters, they may make, maybe not firefighters, unless women just like men in uniform, but police officers and things like that, because it represents a certain level of power, and that woman is drawn to power, which goes hand in hand with protection, as I mentioned before. Women also want a man who they think looks good. Women equate looks with a sexual attraction, or that a man can deliver that way. And also usually if she's looking at looks, she's looking at swag. So basically he has to look and the swag to go along with it, and it provides a certain level of attraction that she thinks he can provide for her. He's a good lover. So these are things women look for. And now if she's not a woman of good character, she may use a man for some of these things and for her own personal gain. The same way men prey on women for their own personal gain, women can do that if she is of low character, morals, or values. So the thing that it seems like women, it's a more hypergamy thing. Hypergamy, basically a woman wants someone who can protect, who can provide, who can deliver in the lovers department, and provide the lifestyle. So these are things that people, when women read men, when they look at men, this is what they're looking at. This is their perception of the guy when she's looking at him from afar, in determining whether she will take an interest in him or entertain him. And this is something men look for. As I mentioned earlier, the things they look at when they see a woman. So hope this doesn't need to be said, but I hope that you are looking at people or entertaining people who have good character, good morals, good values, who's honest and things like that, and full of integrity. But this is the things people look for. So if you want to be read appropriately, then make the certain adjustments. All right. This is DanielleDeVita. If you have any questions or any comments, you can go ahead and comment below. Also, look in the description in the pinned comment to book a session if you need relationship coaching, dating, femininity, if you're a woman, questions at mymentor.life /DanielleDeVita.